With all the talk about the recession looming over our heads, we've got to start thinking of additional streams of income, and we got to start thinking about it fast. All right, so today I want to talk about the short term rental business. I'm going to give you my 10 steps to creating a profitable Airbnb business. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. All right, thanks for returning back to the channel and listening to this very important topic. So, over the weekend, I did a lot of chores and I was just thinking, what additional streams of income can I create so that I not only survive during this recession, I want to thrive, okay? Because many of the experts, it's proven that a lot of the wealth exchanges hands during bad times. Okay, we definitely saw it in 2008 during the mortgage crisis, but we even saw it in the last 2 years during the pandemic. So, which side are we going to be on after this recession? Let's make sure we stay up to date with education and with knowledge and how we can create other streams of income. So let's get right into my 10 steps for creating a profitable Airbnb business. Step number one to creating that profitable Airbnb business is decide on a budget. All right, so deciding on a budget is extremely important. You want to first know how much money or credit you have available to spend. All right, so number one and number two kind of go together, but you need to decide on if you want to run this business from a house, an apartment, a condo, where? Right? So you might even want to start it off in your house, depending on how big or how much extra space you have. So making a decision about where, how big, and how small, that's number one and two. All right, number three, you want to research locations. All right, so you want to research the areas. Say you have decided to start with a condo because you want to start small, or an apartment. You want to start small. That will help you to keep your costs down, right? So if you are starting with a condo or apartment, I strongly recommend that, pay attention to the accessibility. How easy can someone get to the unit? Do they have to go into double doors? Or can they go to your unit directly? All right. So you definitely want to do that. All right. And number four, walking ability. Right. So studies have shown that if your Airbnb unit has a walk score of 70 or higher, it is more than likely to be more enjoyable. So check out walkscore.com. Go to walkscore.com, type in the address after you have decided on a few locations, and make sure it's at a 70 or higher. This means they can easily walk to restaurants, entertainment, and shopping. Let me actually, you know what? Let me show you Walk Score. I forgot which camera I was on today. So let's check out walkscore.com. All right, so on walkscore.com, say I want to type in an address 10327 Roxbury. Well, hold on one sec. I'm going to type 11368 New York. So this is, you notice here it says a walker's paradise. All right. And it does not require a car. This means you can walk to restaurants. It has a little map here of bars, of coffee shops, of restaurants, all of that. So walking score is definitely a must. So now let me just show you another address. Let's go 10329. Let's just check out a address in Detroit. All right. So now this one is somewhat walkable, has a walk score of 51, right? So it says the biking walk score is 41. Um, and it gives you a map, and it's not close to any restaurants or um it's not close to any restaurants, shops, or bars. So you would want to make sure you have a certain theme if you choose an address or an area like that. And we're going to talk about themes in just a few minutes. But number three or number four and number three and four is walk score and accessibility, right? So, with accessibility, you want to make sure that you are using electronic lock boxes. So, do some research on electronic lock boxes when you are choosing your unit. All right, so let's get into number five. All right, number five, okay. Know the new and keep up to date with the Airbnb rules, regulations, and guidelines. Now, each city and state is different. Of course, some cities are a lot more popular than others. So, you've got homeowners who are, getting upset and reporting it to the city if there are wild parties or something like that happening, which we're going to talk about that later too. But you understand what I'm saying. Know the rules and guidelines so that you don't get shut down. All right. But I want to skip to one since we were talking about themes and talking about regulations. All right. So having a theme for your Airbnb that will help you to kind of control who rents your unit, right? So for example, if you have no theme and anybody can rent your unit, you are likely to have locals who want to party, right? So some people have rules and guidelines for their Airbnb to that, maybe a 2 or 3 day stay minimum is a requirement. But if you have a 1 day minimum, and you are more likely to get locals who might want to have a party. Okay, so let's get again back to themes. With a theme, you can kind of control who rents it. You might want to cater to traveling nurses, right? So if you want to cater to traveling nurses, find out what they like and have those items in your unit. Find out what relaxes them. Find out what takes their mind off the job and have that kind of theme in your unit. All right. So that kind of goes hand in hand with the rules and regulations. All right, so now let's talk about one of the biggest headaches that I hear from many of the Airbnb hosts or the owners, right? So many of their biggest pain point are cleaning companies. All right, so speaking of additional streams of income, that could be another stream of income is starting your own cleaning business, right? So one of the biggest problems, like I said, is the cleaning companies. So when you are planning to start an Airbnb unit, hire a professional cleaning company and even consider creating your own cleaning company. This way you have control and access to the workers, right? All right, so let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next. Rental arbitrage. Now, what is rental arbitrage? All right, so rental arbitrage, a lot of people entering the Airbnb business, they will decide to rent a unit instead of buying a unit. All right. So, of course, some people feel like renting is always a waste of money. So, but other people would rather keep their costs low and start off renting just until they get into the hang of everything and how it all works. So, if you're going to do rental arbitrage, make sure that you um, ask for a lease in your corporate name. All right, so let's talk about corporate names. Now, corporate name, you really want to set yourself up for success from the beginning. So, getting a lease in your corporate names means actually establishing a business, establish a LLC, do everything the right way. Get you a virtual business address. All right, get you a virtual business phone number. Now, with the virtual business phone number, it will direct right to your cell phone, right? So it's not a hassle for you. It just makes you, uh-oh, I lost my mic. It just makes you look a lot more professional when you start to apply for business credit, which we're going to talk about in one moment. All right. That leads us to business credit. Now, and also, let me pause for a minute too. Below, right below in this description box, I'm going to have a link for you to get a business address, a quick business address, no hassle, right? I'm going to also put a link to Ring Central and to Grasshopper so that you can get a professional business phone number, all right? And to top all of that off, I am going to put a link below so that you can quickly establish a business checking account, one that's not going to do like the big banks and charge you lots of money each month if you don't have a certain dollar amount in that account. All right, isn't that great? So check below, check this description box below. Almost everything you need to establish business credit is going to be right there. Now, why do you need to establish business credit? That leads us to number 8. When you have already chosen your location, you've got your business set up, you're ready to establish or you're ready to furnish your Airbnb. You want to use business credit cards. Why is it important to use business credit cards? You don't want to be bogged down with a lot of personal debt because you have to buy, bedroom linens and appliances for the Airbnb kitchen, putting all that on your personal credit cards. You need some business credit cards, right? So that's the benefit of business credit cards. It literally helps you to hide some debt until you start bringing in those thousands of dollars each month, right? So, I'm going to also put a link below for establishing your business credit, right? And also, let me just tell you this. I'm going to put some credit card links below too. Now, my favorite is American Express. And you want to know why? Every time I use my American Express card, I get points. These points turn into rewards and to cash, right? So if I am furnishing my Airbnb and I'm buying, I got a traveling nurse theme or I have a, princess theme, so that people can have children's birthday parties in my unit. All right. If I'm buying some stuff for this princess theme, if I use my debit card, it's just money gone, money out the window, and I got my princess theme or I got my wine and chocolate for the nurses. But if I use my American Express business card, guess what? I'm likely to make $100 to $200 by purchasing about $1,000 worth of items. I'm gaining points every time I use the card. So that's what they mean. If you ever heard anyone say, turn credit into cash, that's exactly what they're talking about. So check those links below. Also, additionally, if you are new to establishing any credit at all, I'm going to put a link for Capital One. They're pretty easy and pretty good for people who are new to establishing credit. All right, so we already talked about the theme. So, number 10, let's just talk about professional photography, right? I really believe professional photos will make or break you from getting lots of bookings. So, use a professional photographer in most situations. It's probably about $250, but I guarantee you that professional photography will be worth it and it will really determine how successful your Airbnb business will be. All right. Um, I did skip one too. Oh, once you once you, I'm just looking at my blog notes. So, but once you do get your professional photos, be sure to sign up on the Airbnb or VRBO websites. All right. So I really thank you for watching. I am starting something new with my business club where, I'm going to put the articles in writing, have all the links, all of that stuff every week, and I'm going to attach a video along with it. So you might notice I'm not as energetic as I usually am. I can't move as much because I'm using a different camera and it might throw things off. So, but next week, I'll be in the other room, in the other office. So I will be sure to turn it up a notch for you. Okay. So, but yeah, these are my top 10 steps to, starting a profitable Airbnb business. All right. So we've got to come up with additional ways to create income because, as we all know, food, clothes, gas, everything is continuing to rise. So, if you're not subscribed to this channel already, go ahead and press that subscribe button so that you can get notified each time I create a money making video. All right. So, and if you did learn anything in this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up, like this video. All right. So, again, I thank you for watching. And this is Katina Willis. It's the place for business funding, real estate, and money making information. I will see you on the next video. Bye.